Hey, good afternoon, fans, and welcome to St. Augustine, Florida. We're just gearing up for today's matchup between the Shorter University Hawks and, of course, your Flagler College Saints. It is senior day here at Flagler Lacrosse Field. We're going to be honoring, or we already did honor, our 5 seniors. Lexi Morton, the first, Amanda Fernandez. In addition to her, Caroline Blaha getting the start today, and then Madison Daziel. And finally, rounding it out, of course, Tristan Usher. So thank you to our seniors. The festivities before the game were incredible. Coming into play, Flagler off a tough loss in their last outing yesterday against Lynn. Fell 15-10 in that contest. On the other side, Shorter started out the year 0-5, but since have won 2 of 3. Most recently, a win over Berry, 13-12, back on March 19th. Should be a good one. We're entering Gulf South Conference play. Just about set. Flagler huddling up, getting ready to head to the center circle.
Where's the air horn at?
And for Shorter, some players to watch in this one. Cassidy Jones, the leader in points for the Hawks. In addition to her, Anna Grace Crane, got to watch out for her on the ground balls. And we're just about set for action here in St. Augustine. It's Greta McGinnis for the Saints on this first draw, and then Giselle Ware, number 25, will be doing the work for the Hawks. It's a windy day here in St. Augustine, but that's not stopping us from getting underway right on time. The officials get them set, and we are underway here on Senior Day. The first draw control goes right into the stick of Carly LaFerrier. She'll bring it down, defer to Tristan Usher, who will take it behind the net, and the Saints will set up the offense to start off this contest. So yesterday for the Saints, a lot of miscues offensively. Couldn't get a break, it seemed like. Tristan Usher with a few goals, however. Another player to watch. Here's Daziel driving left. Works it down the alley on the far side to LaFerrier. Now to Oniga. Oniga looking like she wants to dodge. She will. Face dodge on the goal line. Puts it in the left and takes it behind the cage. This time it's Usher looking to feed. She will slowly work it behind the net, looking for cutters. Usher wraps it around. Oh, looks like it deflected off of a Shorter defender. Oh, and they're going to say dangerous shot there, as there was a Shorter defender in the way. So Flagler will go on the man down early here. So it looks like at first they were indicating shooting space, but that's why the call is there. And the officials give their call, so it's going to be a 2-minute releasable penalty for Tristan Usher. First one of the day, just 1 minute and 2 seconds into the match. And Shorter will go for their first clear. This time they work it up. Bring it inside is Shorter, dodging left, then loses possession, defended nicely by Caitlin Trainer. Trainer battling, but the ball ends up in the hands of Ariel Grimwade. Behind the net, dodging. That's Cassidy Jones. She loses possession, able to pick up her own ground ball. Jen Seabach playing some suffocating defense on her early. And Jones moves it to Grimwade, who, tries to go across the crease there, unable to connect. And Kaylin Figueres will work it up, gets it to Daziel across midfield, and Flagler's on the clear. And now a fast break. Daziel bringing it down. She'll move it down low to Allie Miller. And with just under a minute remaining on the penalty, Flagler will go back on the offensive. Miller waiting patiently behind the goal. Dishes it over to Oniga, who gets it back up top to Claudia Tanksley. Flagler still on penalty kill mode. Midfield here doing a nice job of possessing the ball, just working it around. Tanksley makes a nice move, but decides to back it on out. About 20 seconds on the penalty. Miller defended closely, but she's able to work it back up top to LaFerrier. And the penalty is released. So we are back to full strength here, as Pinder will work it to Usher, who comes back into the game. Usher looking down low. The pass was high to a curling Madison Daziel. A good look. It just sailed on her a little bit and goes out of bounds, and the Hawks will have possession. But a miscue there as the defenders were trying to pass it up on the clear, unable to connect. And it goes right to Sydney Oniga. So the first turnover on a clear there for Shorter. It's LaFerrier working it down low to Tristan Usher. Usher curling, she'll defer to Oniga. Oniga flips it to Daziel. Flagler so patient on offense right now, waiting for the opportunities to come to them. Here's Miller. Miller looks inside, it's LaFerrier, shoots and scores! A nice backdoor cut there by LaFerrier, and Allie Miller was waiting to distribute it. And there's the first goal of the day. It's Carly LaFerrier on the assist from Allie Miller. And that's going to be the name of the game for the Saints. Just wear down the defense, look for the cutters, and take advantage of your opportunities. So for LaFerrier, that's her 15th goal of the season. For Allie Miller, actually her first assist on the year. And we saw yesterday Flagler had a lot of good opportunities on those backdoor cuts right on top of the crease, just unable to connect on a lot of them. But early on here, able to finish that one. So we'll do it again from the center circle. Yeah, it's Sydney Jones in the goal for the Hawks. This draw goes up. Played nicely there. That's Molly Sloan taking it past restraining for the Saints, and once again they are setting up the offense. So it's time it's Usher on the wing. Goes down to the goal line, had Oniga there. Oniga was looking like she was about to curl up on the far side of the crease there, but just unable to connect. So Flagler maintains possession. This time it's Barbara Tucker up top. Flip pass there to Daziel. Daziel moving down low, has Usher, shoots and scores. Too easy there as Usher was uncovered on the goal circle. Throws a fake high and is able to beat Sydney Jones easily stick side low. So we mentioned Usher had a few goals yesterday. She's on the board early here. And with 10:17 to play in the first quarter, it's 2-0. The Saints already out in front. And the story of the game yesterday were the draw controls. Flagler unable to beat Lynn in that category, but already today 2 wins leading to 2 early goals. And we will do it again. Once again, it's Giselle Ware and Greta McGinnis at the center circle. Molly Sloan and Caitlin Trainer, waiting outside for the Saints. They're going to say false start against Shorter, and Trainer will pick it up and head the other way. So now it's Oniga on the wing on the far side. Moving it behind the goal as the Saints set up the offense. Usher works it to Tucker. Here is Daziel driving left, has some space, shoots and fires and scores. Off stick right at the hip of Sydney Jones, and anything Flagler touches turns to gold here early. We're about 5:15 into this one. It's already 3-0, the Saints on top. And Daziel loves that sweep, taking it left, just had enough space. And beautiful placement in the bottom right corner there. Happy senior day to Madison Daziel. She's on the board with her first goal of the day. So it's McGinnis and Ware again. For the Hawks, it's Tori Wolf and Ariel Grimwade outside the circle, battling against LaFerrier and Pinder. Ella Pinder wins that draw control, takes it past restraining. Have to mention Ella Pinder, the current Gulf South Conference Player of the Week. So hopefully see a little bit more of her stellar performance in this one. It's Tanksley up top working with LaFerrier and Pinder. Splits and goes right down the alley and defers to Oniga behind the goal. Oniga looking like she wants to dodge. She'll split right. Fires up top to Daziel. Back to Usher looking for her cutters. No one there. Now it's Oniga. The wing on the far side. Sweeping right. Finds Pinder. Pinder splits nicely to the left. She'll back it out to Oniga. Almost had some space there. And a nice look from Daziel to Usher, who will simply back it out. Daziel finding LaFerrier inside. A great look and a quick stick right past the stick of Sydney Jones. And another goal for Flagler. This time it's LaFerrier again, assisted by Madison Daziel. So Daziel, Usher, Miller, Oniga, we see them early looking for the cutters behind the cage. This time it was Daziel, so patient and with pinpoint accuracy, able to find LaFerrier cutting. And almost like a tennis racket, just whips it right past Sydney Jones, stick side high, unable to catch up to it. So already almost 6.5 minutes into the game, it's already 4-0. Flagler is on top. A nice rebound after a slow offensive performance for the Saints yesterday. And Shorter already in a deficit they're going to want to claw their way out of, but we haven't really seen them on the offensive other than the one possession. Draw goes up. McGinnis and Ware battling. Ball rattles around. Oh, and two Hawks connect with each other, knock each other over. And Pinder able to win the ground ball there. So an unlucky break for Shorter. It looks like that was Grimwade and Tori Wolf who collided there, both going for the same ground ball. So a bit of a miscommunication leads to the Ella Pinder ground ball and another Saints possession. Here comes Daziel sweeping, works it back out to Pinder. Usher looking like she's going to dodge. Curling up on the near side. Fires it back to Oniga behind the cage. Oniga splits. And it's Pinder sweeping right. Oh, a nice trail check there by Giselle Ware. And Shorter will go on the clear. Ware taking it herself, loses control. And LaFerrier able to pick up the ground ball. Nice hustle there by Carly LaFerrier to stick with her. And we've seen it so far defensively, whether it's on the clear or the defensive zone, Flagler has been all over the Hawks so far. It's Daziel again, loses possessions shortly. Able to win it back. Finds Carly Teeple, face dodge inside, weaves her way through but loses possession. And it looks like we're going to get likely a dangerous check as a flag does come out, and that'll set up Carly Teeple from the 8-meter mark just in the center of the cage. So the first free possession, Teeple finishes low, and it is now 5-0 Saints. So Flagler taking advantage of all their opportunities, the first free position of the day, and Teeple throws a few fakes, bounces one stick side low past Sydney Jones. And Coach Mechanic for the Hawks says she's seen enough. They're going to take a timeout. So before we go to break, I want to thank a few of our presenting sponsors. 123 Burger House, grillin' and chillin' at 123 Burger House. Also, Jersey Mike's Subs. Hey, personal favorite, Jersey Mike's. Stop in, get the number 7, and be sure to get it Mike's way. Hey, we'll be right back in a second, folks. 5-0 Saints here in the first quarter. So we're out of the first timeout here. Once again, the score 5-0. Flagler all over the Shorter University Hawks here early on. We have about 6:57 to play here in the first quarter. And we'll be setting things up at the center circle once again. This time on the draw, it'll be Tori Wolf for the Hawks. First time we've seen her in that position today. Tori Wolf, 11 points on the year, 5 goals, 6 assists, also with 19 draw control. So a bit of a do-it-all player for the Hawks. We'll see if she can spark some life into them offensively and defensively for that matter. So this one on the ground, Giselle Ware able to pick it up. She'll take it past restraining. Fires over to Maggie Wallace. And Wallace gets up top to Grimwade, and the Hawks will set up their second offensive possession of the day. Tori Wolf defended nicely by Caitlin Traynor. Tries to find Ware, but a lot of sticks in the lane. Once again, it's Maggie Wallace trying to reverse field there. And Grimwade loses possession. Barbara Tucker defending her nice, pushing her out toward the restraining box. Grimwade trying to find any separation, and fires it down low. The ball does stay in bounds. And here comes Cassidy Jones curling up top, looks inside, shoots, and scores. Excuse me, that was Tori Wolf to Cassidy Jones. It looks like, and we're going to get a yellow card. Looks like that's going to go against Jen Seabach, so the goal will stand. It's going to be Cassidy Jones, number 0, on the assist from Tori Wolf. Excuse me, no, they're going to say no goal. Penalty happened before the shot. So glad to get that explanation from the officials there. Yeah, they're going to get Seabach with a cross check there. So a 2-minute penalty. Shorter will go on the power play. Oh, no, now they're saying it was a goal. So Cassidy Jones does net her first goal of the day. We're going back and forth on the explanations here. For Jones, that's her 16th goal of the contest. Tori Wolf on the assist. That's her 3rd assist of the year. So nice job by Tori Wolf curling up there, looks to Cassidy Jones inside right on the crease, and is able to just barely sneak it past Ribdenera. So Shorter, we won't have a draw here. Shorter will simply have possession due to the penalty. And there's Tori Wolf, works it inside, restraining to Giselle Ware. Ware over to Grimwade. Looking inside, unable to connect, it deflects. And Caitlin Traynor is able to corral that one, and she will take it on the clear. They almost had Caitlin Dwyer-Pepper. She was waiting on the other side of the goal circle. The ball almost deflected right into her stick, but Traynor was waiting there and does a nice job to pick up the ground ball and take it the other way. So Flagler back on offense here. We've said Madison Daziel's name a lot. First time we're seeing her sister Caroline in the game, number 35 on the midfield. Teeple defended by Tori Wolf. Wolf playing some good defense on her. Teeple switches direction and works it to Caroline Daziel. Daziel beats her man. Will simply flip it to her sister. And now Madison works it down low to Oniga. Now Usher. Usher curling up. Tries a little worm burner there, but just misses wide left of the cage. Luckily, Flagler backing that one up, so they will do it again. Under 30 on the shot clock. Ferrier looking to dodge with under 20 on the shot clock now. It's Daziel looking for the sweep. Moves it to Oniga. Using the pick from LaFerrier. Looks for Usher curling. 6 on the shot clock. Oniga fires it inside. It's Daziel. Here's Usher. And not in time. The shot clock expires. So a great defensive possession there for Shorter. But a nice job by Flagler to kill that power play as the penalty has released. So despite not getting a goal, being man down, able to maintain possession that long is somewhat of a win for the Saints as Giselle Ware takes it past restraining. And it looks like they're going to get Madison Daziel for an offside call. So this one only a 1-minute penalty, but another power play going for Shorter. The officials will confirm that call. And they do confirm it was an offside. So Shorter once again on the power play, despite their deficit, have been able to create some nice opportunities. Flagler's going to push out on him, playing some aggressive defense here, it looks like. This time up top, it's Olivia Masters. The ball in her left hand. Masters weaving her way around, finds Giselle Ware right in front of the goal circle. Ware trying to create some space, shoots, and a nice save there by Ribdenera. Ware tried to beat her low. Ribdenera just gets low enough to stop that attempt. And this time it's Figueres. She's able to beat Dwyer-Peppers into the restraining box. Oh, but a miscue there. Fires low to Tristan Usher. Usher unable to corral the bounce pass. And it goes out of bounds in the end line. So a turnover for the Saints, only about 10 seconds on the penalty, so we're nearly back to even strength. This time it's Emma Reed walking it up for the Hawks. Defended closely, it's Usher and Teeple forcing her to lose the ball, but it does end up in the stick of Alexis Scoggin. They'll work it back to Sydney Jones. So we're all even strength once again. Sydney Jones fakes a couple passes this time. We'll work it up, and they are unable to connect. It looks like it'll go out of bounds. It will. So another first forced turnover there for the Saints, and Caitlin Traynor will go on the clear. Trainer so fast, weaves her way through about 3 or 4 defenders there and easily able to get it into the offensive zone for the Saints. This time it's Pinder. Splits left, flips it back to LaFerrier, who shoots. And that was saved by Sydney Jones. Tried the bounce shot. Jones guessed low, and she guessed correctly on that attempt. So this time it's Usher looking for Cutter. She feeds inside to LaFerrier, shoots, and stuffed there by Sydney Jones. A good opportunity there. Usher so patient, had LaFerrier cutting. But Jones stood tall. She guessed low on the last one, guesses high on this one. And that's back-to-back saves for the Hawks goalkeeper. This time it's Ansley Barge trying to weave her way through several Flagler defenders, loses possession, and the ball goes out of bounds. This time it's Caroline Blaha forcing the turnover. Blaha, the senior, getting a start today on Senior Day. And the Flagler bench erupts as she forced that turnover right in front of them. And we're going to get a green card, the first one to go against Shorter. That one's going to go against number 6, Olivia Masters. So a 1-minute penalty, and Flagler will go on the power play. And once again, all started by the great defense of Caroline Blaha forcing that turnover and getting the ball back to her Saints. So 45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Flagler can hold it and maintain possession going into the second. But with the way they've been moving on offense, you got to think they'll probably have 1 or 2 opportunities here to net their 6th goal. So Tanksley works it to Pinder. Pinder dodging down low, fires, sticks side high, and able to whip it past Sydney Jones. Another goal for the Saints. This time it's Ella Pinder. And Pinder's goal makes it a 6-1 Flagler lead. And hey, we saw Flagler can score quickly, so even though only 25 and a half seconds remaining in the first quarter, you got to imagine they don't think they're done just yet. So we'll do it again from the center circle. Another draw between Wolf and Greta McGinnis. For the Saints, it's Caitlin Trainer and Molly Sloan outside the circle. For Shorter, it's Grimwade and then number 20, Audrey Ubernowski. This one goes up. Wolf unable to get it. Molly Sloan with a nice ground ball takes it past restraining. About 15 seconds on the clock. Flagler's got to get going if they want one more before the end of the first. Usher looks inside, shoots and scores! That time it was Maddie Hartsock on the assist from Tristan Usher. And in only a span of 16 seconds, Flagler able to net their 7th goal of the contest so far, and we're not even finished with the first quarter. Tristan Usher doing it all on this Senior Day, scoring and assisting. And that time able to connect with Maddie Hartsock. For Hartsock, that's her first goal of the season. So 9.3 seconds left in the first quarter. Maybe Flagler has one more in them. But it's looking like we'll go into the second with the score 7-1. Draw goes up. Rattling around. Trainer should be able to get this one. And Trainer will just run out the clock. Doesn't have enough time and space to shoot. And we will go to the break. So the score at the end of the first quarter, the Saints 7, the Hawks of Shorter 1. We'll take a timeout on the field here. Don't go anywhere, folks. The second quarter of action coming up next. All right, fans, we're just out of the timeout here, getting ready for the second quarter between Shorter and Flagler. So a new goalkeeper for the Saints. It'll be Isabella Behringer, the freshman from Pennsburg, Pennsylvania, getting some burn here in this contest. We've seen her in 2 games thus far. She has a save percentage of just under 42% coming into play. And if you're just joining us, the score is 7-1. Flagler was all over Shorter in the first quarter. Felt like any opportunity the Saints had, they were able to take advantage. And the visitors from Rome, Georgia were able to net 1, but turnovers were the problem there, as Shorter had 5 in the first quarter. The other big story, of course, draw controls as well as ground balls. Flagler with 7 draw controls in the first, Shorter just 1. And how about an 8? This time it's Greta McGinnis winning the draw there as Ella Pinder going downhill will set up the offense for the Saints. So McGinnis has been dominant so far on the draws. The win not a factor for the Saints whatsoever. LaFerrier up top already with 2 goals in this contest. Splits, flips it to Daziel. Daziel sweeping, shoots, bounce shot, fires past Sydney Jones, and another goal for Madison Daziel. She's having herself a senior day. 2 goals and 2 assists already in the contest. And that flip play leading to a Madison Daziel sweep has worked a couple times, whether she wants to feed or simply just shoot it herself. It has been money for the Saints. So it's now an 8-1 lead for Flagler, 14:26 remaining in the first half. All right, so the beautiful voice of my good friend Usher serenades the crowd as we're getting ready for this next draw between Ware and McGinnis. And this one goes up, and Pinder Able to get some separation there. Oh, a dangerous play there from Audrey Ubernowski. And that'll be the first yellow card to go against the Hawks in this contest. So with 4:21 remaining in the first half, a 2-minute penalty, and Flagler will go back on the power play. And Pinder's just going to take it herself out of with one hand, and another dangerous check. This time they're going to get Olivia Masters on the green card. Yeah, they're going to get her with a check toward the body. Nice job by Pinder by drawing that penalty. Could have just passed it down to Carly Teeple, but decided to just take it herself. This time she'll defer to Caitlin Traynor, who will get it down low to Teeple. And the Saints now 2 men up on the power play. Usher looking for cutters. Thought she may have had Teeple, but staying patient, works it over to Daziel. This time it's Tanksley on the feed from Daziel. Weaves her way through and buries it low past Sydney Jones. Another goal for the Saints. And only a minute into play here in the second quarter, Flagler has already added to their lead. It's now 9-1. The Saints lead the Hawks. So for Tanksley, that's her first goal of the day, joining the list of Saints to find the back of the net in this one. It's been LaFerrier and Daziel with 2, and then Usher, Teeple, Hartsock, Pinder, and now Tanksley all with 1. And you had to imagine coming out of that performance yesterday, Flagler was going to be motivated to score early and often, and they have shown it here thus far. This time on the draw, goes back. Grimwade unable to connect, and it's Caitlin Traynor on the ground ball. Ooh, she had Tristan Usher right in front of the cage, but lost possession. Able to corral it herself, so the Saints will simply set up the offense, and we're back to even strength following the last goal. Hartsock with the flip to Daziel, sweeping. Looks to her sister Caroline. And Hartsock will move it behind the cage to Tristan Usher. Onaga looking to feed. Gets it up top to Barbara Tucker. Saints working it around patiently. Yeah, we saw this in the first quarter, just waiting patiently for the cutters to arrive. And whether it's Usher feeding, Onaga feeding, or Madison Daziel, they have been there. Usher reverses field to the near side. This time it's Onaga, setting up like she's going to dodge. .20 on the shot clock. Oh, nice split dodge there from Tucker. Tucker shoots and scores. Fires it right into the left corner there, through a couple fakes. And there was nothing Sydney Jones could do there. One-on-one with the goalie. The offensive player is going to win that one 9 times out of 10. It's now 10-1. The Saints are on top following the goal from Barbara Tucker. So we're not even 18 minutes into play here, and Flagler already into double-digit scoring. It's looking like Shorter may be a bit outmatched in this contest. Once again, it's Ware and McGinnis at the center circle. No changes there for the Saints or for the Hawks. This one goes up, and Giselle Ware able to get the draw control here. Immediately loses possession. And Madison Daziel, nice job picking up that ground ball. There were 3 Hawks around her. None of them communicating, able to pick it up. Daisiel unfortunately lost possession, so Maggie Wallace for the Hawks will take it beyond restraining. And Shorter, for the first time in this second quarter, will set up the offense. So lead seemingly insurmountable, but hoping they can start to work their way back are the Hawks. This time it's Olivia Masters sweeping left down the alley. Barbara Tucker playing some great defense on her. We talked about Tucker yesterday, doing it all, whether it's the ground balls, scoring on offense, or the defense. And on that one, able to force Olivia Masters into an errant shot left. Masters thought she had the angle. Oh, and going for the quick stick there was Cassidy Jones. Ribadenera too quick for her. And now there's a scrum. We'll see who's able to pick up this ground ball. It's Eva Stein battling with several Hawks offensive player. And who else? It's Caitlin Trainer on the ground ball, and she will take it the other way. Trainer too fast for the Shorter midfield. They are on the fast break. It's Oniga to Teeple to Usher. And that is a textbook breakaway right there by the Saints. It went Trainer, Oniga, Teeple, and finally Tristan Usher. So we'll get Carly Teeple on the assist. Tristan Usher now her second goal of the contest. And it's officially time for a running clock. 11-1, the Saints lead with just over 10:30 to play in the first half. So we see Delaney Brown checking into the game for the first time today for the Saints, number 36. So we'll do it again from the center circle. A new look for the Hawks as they take out Giselle Ware, who's done a lot of damage on both ends of the field. Probably needs to catch her breath real quickly. It looks like we'll get a false start. They're going to get Tori Wolf of the Hawks on that one. And the Saints, once again, will work their way down low. So we mentioned Delaney Brown checking into the game. Also have Eliza Barton entering the game for the first time. Normally wearing number 49. She's in 37 today for the Saints. It's her and Delaney Brown up top, working it over to Sydney Oniga. Oniga so shifty, flips it back. Delaney Brown this time. Brown shoots and scores! Delaney Brown with the left hand weaves through a couple defenders and able to finish off stick low against Sydney Jones. And how about Delaney Brown joining the scoring affair for the Saints? It's now 12-1. And the Flagler bench erupts for Delaney Brown. Not a name we say a lot, but she's making her impact felt here early on. So once again, it'll be Tori Wolf and Greta McGinnis. No change for the Saints. McGinnis has done every draw so far. She's won all but 2 of them. So the running clock, like we mentioned, now at about 8 minutes remaining in the half. This one goes up. Caitlin Trainer able to pick up the ground ball. And I feel like a broken record with her, but she's going to take it down herself this time. Oh, Trainer had some space for a shot. It looks like it deflected. So the Saints will retain possession, but that would have been a sight to see. I'm sure the bench would have gone nuts to see Caitlin Trainer score that fast break goal. We're Regardless, the Saints will set up the offense. We also see Summer White check into the game for the first time for the Saints. She has it in her left. Splits right. Works it over to Brown. This time Oniga working left. And Usher looking to feed. Looking for a cutter. She'll just work it back to Oniga. And Brown will dodge again. Brown going downhill. And Barton's going to defer to Carly Teeple. Under 30 on the shot clock for the Saints. In no hurry, up 11 goals here in the second. Oniga gets above the goal line. Spinning. Works it back up to Barton. And with 5 on the shot clock, Brown has to go. She shoots just wide of the cage into the waiting stick of Sydney Jones. So a nice save there. We've had a couple possessions here where the Hawks' defense has been tight. But unfortunately for them, looks like Maggie Wallace went out of bounds there. And they give possession right back to Caitlin Traynor and the Saints. So Jen Seabach will come out of the game. We'll see Jaden Hardy substitute in on defense for the Saints. So a lot of players for Flagler getting some looks today. Here's Teeple sweeping. Works it out to Daziel. Oh, unable to connect with Summer White. Daziel, the first one to the ball, is able to get there, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to get Tori Wolf with a foul there, so no matter. Flagler retains possession. Usher down low to Daziel. Back to Tristan. Tristan whips one and scores. So it's Madison Daziel with another assist, and Tristan Usher finishing that one off. Little sidearm shot there for the lefty. And that makes the score 13-1, the Saints on top. So Usher and Daziel making the most of their senior day. Daziel with now 3 assists on the game. And with 4:40 to play here, the Saints nursing a 12-goal lead. So it's McGinnis and Wolf again. Giselle Ware being given a break by the Shorter coaching staff. Shorter trying to find any bit of momentum. It looks like whenever they get it, the ball gets turned over, and Molly Sloan with the draw control. Looks like we're going to get a check to the head or dangerous contact. Yeah, and it's going to be a check to the head, so a yellow card on number 12, Kai Schoonmaker. And the Saints will go on the man up again. So 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Once again, if you're just joining us, Flagler up 13-1. We are in running clock territory here early on. Sloan easily works past Ray Vaught. This time it's Maddie Hartsock working with Summer White. Oniga back to Teeple. Teeple weaves in, shoots, and scores. We mentioned Flagler has been patient most of the day. That time, an easy give and go as Teeple gets it to Annika, hits her with a nice back cut, and is able to finish that one easily. So for Teeple, that's her second goal of the contest, and it gives the Saints a 14-1 lead here with about 3:20 to play in the first half. All right, so the sweet serenading voice of Kenny Loggins leaves us. And we will do it again from the center circle. This one goes up, rattling around. And the ball falls easily to Caitlin Trainer. So Caitlin Trainer on the breakaway here. You wonder if she'll take it herself. She spins. Trainer shoots. Oh, off the left post. You can tell Caitlin Trainer wants to get herself a goal there. She did a great job of creating some separation. And while she's known for her defense, hey, Caitlin Trainer showing us she can do a little bit on offense as well. And this quarter, like most of the game, has been all Saints. The ball in their offensive zone for the majority of the contest. This time it's Barbara Tucker. Tucker dodging right. Oh, slips and falls. We'll see who can pick it up. This time, Shorter wins the ground ball, and they will take it the other way. It's Ariel Grimwade. A tough break there for Barbara Tucker, the turf monster, able to get her there, but a nice break for Shorter, as it's a rare offensive possession. Losing possession there is number 9, Caitlin Dwyer-Peppers. She loses it. Sloan picks it up, but they're going to call a foul and give possession back to Shorter. So this time it's Grimwade on the wing. Grimwade gets some space on the right side. Nice save by Ribadenera. Grimwade had an opportunity, a rare sight for the Hawks. Tried to finish stick side low, and not quick enough for Lauren Ribadenera. Amy Waters takes it past midfield. We're going to get a green card against Cassidy Jones here. So a 1-minute penalty with 56.4 seconds remaining in the first half. Flagler can hold it for possession, but you got to imagine they'll simply want to add to their lead. And if the first quarter is any indication, one goal may not be enough for the Saints. Yeah, and they're going to get Cassidy Jones with an illegal use of the stick. So only a 1-minute penalty, but another tough break for the Hawks. Trainer with a nice face dodge. Able to beat Ray Vaught there. Trainer brings it in herself, and she'll defer to Maddie Hartsock. And Hartsock on the inside throws a few fakes. We have a call first. And nope, they're going to say it's a good goal. So Maddie Hartsock on the goal, assisted by Sydney Oniga. And the clock is still running, so we'll see how much time we have left following the next draw. But wrapping up the first half, it's now 15-1 Flagler all over the Hawks from Shorter. And as the clock winds down, it looks like we will go to the half before we have time for this next draw. And that is the case. The horn sounds, and we will go to halftime. So once again, the score: Flagler 15, Shorter University only with 1. It's been all Flagler here so far. Before we go to break, we'd like to thank a few of our presenting sponsors, of course. Chick-fil-A, of course, eat more chicken. And how about PIP Printing for all your printing needs? We'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks, for the second half of action here. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming up. All right, fans, so we're out of the halftime break here. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot in that first half. Flagler up 15-1 all over the Hawks of Shorter University. Some of our scoring leaders from the first half. For Shorter, it's the one goal, Cassidy Jones, assisted by Tori Wolf. And then for Flagler, Tristan Usher already with a hat trick on the day. Madison Daziel here on Senior Day, 2 goals, 3 assists. So 5 points on the day for Madison Daziel. Also Carly Teeple and Carly LaFerrier with 2, in addition to Maddie Hartsock with 2 goals. Rounding it out for the Saints, Delaney Brown, Barbara Tucker, Claudia Tanksley, and Ella Pinder all with 1. So it'll be McGinnis versus Giselle Ware here on the first draw of the second half. Once again, once the clock starts, we will have a running clock unless Shorter is able to make it a single-digit deficit. So this one rattles around. It looks like it was out of bounds on the Saints, and they agree. They're going to give this first possession to the Hawks. So they got to be hoping to search for any sort of momentum here in the second half. The first half was dominated by Flagler. Nice defense there. That time it was Taylor Gendrick and Bella Graziano for the Saints. And Ansley Barge able to take it past restraining and will defer this time to Wolf. So now it's Ariel Grimwade sweeping down the alley. Oh, tries a flip there. And she's unable to connect with Caitlin Dwyer-Peppers. And that one is picked up by number 4, Paige Glick. First time we've said her name in this one for the Saints. Glick on the fast break. And she works it down easily to Bella Graziano. So now it's Virginia Fisher working it behind the net. Low pass to Allie Miller. But she's all alone on the near side, able to pick that one back up. Here's Oniga flipping to Barbara Tucker. Tucker face dodge with the left hand. Oh, a silky finish in the top right. Barbara Tucker with the stick in her left hand places one beautifully in the top right corner. You hear a little click on the pipe. And a beautiful finish there from Tucker. Her second goal of the day makes it a 16-1 Flagler lead. So despite the lineup changes, more of the same for the Saints. Very effective on the offense, and the defense just waiting for Shorter to make a mistake and capitalizing on it. So we're seeing it today, the Saints hounding to the ground balls. They've already won 9 in addition to Shorter's 4. And that was a big problem yesterday. Flagler lost in the draw control and ground ball department. And they have made up for it and then some in this contest. This time it goes up. Giselle Ware able to win this one. She'll defer to Ariel Grimwade, and Grimwade will take it past midfield. Now working it behind the net. This time it's Cassidy Jones, the leading scorer. Oh, a nice pass from Jones there. She had Rhea Vaught. And Vaught looked like she had some space, but decided to work it out. This time defended very nicely. It's Amy Waters for the Saints. There's a bit of a scrum, and Waters able to pick up the ground ball briefly and then loses it. And this time it's Eliza Barton on the ground ball, and she will work it up to Sydney Oniga on the clear. So some nice work there from Amy Waters. And then Eliza Barton, Flagler on the offensive zone. The shot, and she scores. Bella Graziano with her first goal of the day and her first goal of the season. So everyone getting involved for the Saints. They're now leading by 16. It's 17-1 with just over 11:15 to play in the third quarter. And we've said this a lot today, but the sideline for Flagler erupting for Bella Graziano. Not a name we say that often, but making the most of her opportunity in this one. So it's McGinnis and Ware at the center circle for the Saints. We have Delaney Brown and Taylor Gendrick just outside. On the opposite side, it's Olivia Wolf and Ariel Grimwade, more of the same for Shorter. The draw goes up. And Gendrick able to pick up the ground ball, and she will take it pass restraining for the Saints. So another offensive possession for Flagler. Fisher works it back up top to Bella Graziano. Oh, and Barton loses it for a second, but able to work it over to Oniga. Oniga with the flip to Delaney Brown. Brown already with a goal in this contest. Here's Gendrick driving. Sweeping, shoots low, nice save by Sydney Jones. Sydney Jones guessing low there, and Flagler's been able to beat her low for the majority of this game. So a nice attempt by Gendrick, and a turnover here as Ariel Grimwade was not able to catch the pass from Emma Reed, the defender for the Hawks. And just like that, Flagler immediately back on offense. So it's been primarily the midfield here so far in the second half. This time Delaney Brown dodging. Flips it to Gendrick, who sweeps left. Works it on out to Eliza Barton. And now they'll work it behind the cage. This time it's Fisher. Now Allie Miller. Sticking her left hand, curling around the cage. Backing it out a bit. Now it's Fisher splitting. Fisher looking for cutters, works it up to Delaney Brown in the midfield. 40 on the shot clock. The flip to Barton. Barton weaving her way through. Eliza Barton with a full head of steam weaves her way through 2 or 3 Shorter defenders and able to finish off stick high against Sydney Jones. A very nice finish from Eliza Barton. So welcome to the box score, Eliza Barton. That's her first goal of the contest. And that makes it an 18-1 Flagler lead. So I mentioned the goalkeeper for Shorter earlier. It's actually not Sydney Jones. We have Victoria Karcher into the game. She was unable to save that one, but did have the nice save on the bounce pass earlier, or bounce shot, excuse me. But either way, 18-1, the Flagler lead with 7:45 to play here in the third. So the draw goes up. Gendrick almost had it the first time. She'll get it on the next attempt. And once again, it's Taylor Gendrick on the draw control, taking it in to the offensive zone for the Saints. So Delaney Brown looking like she's going to dodge. Going down the alley, works it back behind the cage to Fisher. Drops it ever so briefly, and then is fouled trying to pick up the ground ball. They're going to catch Ansley Barge for that one, number 23. Allie Miller directing traffic from behind the cage. Looking for Cutter. She'll work it back to Fisher. Fisher shoots and scores. Fisher on the pass to Bella Graziano again. And Bella Graziano making the most of her opportunities once again. Her second goal of the day on the assist from Virginia Fisher. So with 6:20 to play here in the third, it's now 19-1. Flagler all over Shorter here in this contest. They've scored 14 unanswered goals. And we've mentioned it, but everybody getting involved. It's Virginia Fisher, the freshman, on the assist. And And then Bella Graziano netting her second goal of the contest, the sophomore from Sayville, New York. Looks like she has a bright future with this team. And we will do it again from the center circle. The wind's still howling here in St. Augustine, but that has not deterred the Flagler offense one bit. And once again, Taylor Gendrick on the draw control. Oh, and it looks like, yeah, she's going to be fouled. It looked like she lost the ball out of bounds, but we will get a foul going against Shorter, and the refs will deliberate. It looks like we may get a green card, and we will. Yeah, they're going to get illegal use of the stick going against number 8, Tori Wolf. And nothing going right for the Hawks here. It looks like they have an opportunity to force a turnover. Instead, they're going on the man down once again. Gendrick easily gets it into the restraining area. Emily Couture checking in for the first time today on the attack for the Saints. Caroline Daziel will work it behind to Couture. Now Fisher. Flagler just swinging it around in no rush. Up 18 goals. Still 45 on the shot clock. As we mentioned, Flagler in no hurry. He's trying to possess it here and wait for a good opportunity. Daziel flips it to Brown. And the penalty releases, so we're back to even strength. Before we do, Fisher goes inside to Taylor Gendrick, unable to finish, didn't have a good position to shoot it, and was able to back it out. Oh, a little scrum there. Delaney Brown with a nice little hockey pass to herself. Had it for a second and then lost it. And a bit of a scrum there, but Eliza Barton able to come away with ground ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Couture picks up the ground ball, fires inside the shot. Oh, just wide of the net. Bella Graziano with a nice cut there, barely missing her third goal of the day. But a nice use of the shot clock, working the possession down to the last few seconds and still able to get a good look were the Saints. One of those days where everything is going your way. So this time it's Anna Grace Crane who was able to work it past restraining. She's wearing number 29 today, usually number 16 for the Hawks. For those at home who weren't sure who that was. This time Maggie Wallace. Defended nicely by Paige Glick. Looks inside, able to connect for a second there with Cassidy Jones. Loses her stick though, and now there's a scrum in front of the cage. And Eliza Barton with another tough ground ball. We've seen a few from Barton today. And she's able to work it up to Kaylee Bruss. So nice job from Kaylee to get it to the offense. Flagler will set it up. Oh, Fisher's pass is low, bounces in front of Graziano. So a turnover there for the Saints, and Shorter will go on the clear. So once again, it's Crane on the clear, able to weave her way through the Saints defense, and now Cassidy Jones will set up the offense for the Hawks. Giselle Ware working it on over to Kai Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker spins. Defended nicely by Brown. Shoots and saved. Easy save there for Grace Schwab. First time we said her name. Should have mentioned earlier we did have a goalkeeper change, so Grace Schwab is now in for the Saints. On the one shot she's seen, 1 for 1 on saves. This time Tegan Hoover, with 4 girls around her, she is fouled. We're going to send Olivia Masters off with a green card. Yeah, they're going to get her with a push. So Tegan Hoover was in a tough spot there. 4 shorter players surrounding her. Masters didn't need to push her. Looks like could have been a bit of incidental contact, but they will call that 10 times out of 10. And Hoover will simply work it down to Jendrick. And Flagler will once again be on the power play, but once again, also in no rush to score. Barton flipping it over to Brown. Brown spinning, weaving her way through. Delaney Brown bounces one, it just barely sneaks by Karcher. And Delaney Brown, with her second goal of the contest, helps Flagler reach their 20th goal of the game. Excuse me, not Delaney Brown on the goal. That was Emily Couture. So number 38, Couture, got her confused with 36, Delaney Brown. For Couture, that's her first goal of the contest. So McGinnis and Ware at the center circle. Flagler making a few subs here. And the third quarter comes to an end before we get that draw off. So after 3, the score Flagler 20, Shorter 1. Shorter's going to need a miracle to come back in this one. Looks like this one's a bit out of reach for them, but we're going to go to break. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter of action here in St. Augustine. All right, fans, so out of the break here, just getting set for the fourth quarter of action. A substitution for the Saints. Now on defense, Jordan Kennedy, number 8, the junior from Norwood, Pennsylvania, seeing her first action of the day, and a goalkeeper change for the Saints as well. First time we're seeing Kaylee Bauckham, number 50, in net for the Saints. In addition, number 32, Shaylee McGimsey, the defensive midfielder, checking in to the game for the first time. So 20-1 the score. Flagler is on top. It'll be Wolf and McGinnis on this first draw of the fourth quarter. And we're off. So it rattles around. Good hustle by Barbara Tucker, but Giselle Ware able to pick up the ground ball. Virginia Fisher and Tucker all over her, but Ware is able to work it up to Ansley Barge. Barge taking it herself, and she is checked in the head. You could tell Virginia Fisher's reaction immediately, putting her hand over her mouth. She knew immediately that the stick went toward the head region of Barge. Barge a little shaken up on the field. And the Hawks will go on the man up. So Coach Kellum giving the defense the instructions on the man down. Barge works it into Ware. Ware out to Wolf. Wolf with a good opportunity. We're going to get a shooting space despite the fact that she shot. I think they're going to give her the free position on the near side. That was Tori Wolf. She just missed left of the cage. Didn't matter due to the call. And we'll see if the Hawks can capitalize on an opportunity here. They've been few and far between for Shorter. Wolf coming in, shoots. Oh, and it bounces off the stick of Kaylee Baucom. And Tori Wolf able to finish that one. Her first goal of the day, her second point overall. Cuts into the deficit ever so slightly. It's now 20-2. Flagler is in front. So the penalty will release. Back to even strength here with just under 14 to play. And Wolf, following the goal, will be at the center circle for this draw. And more of the same for the Saints. It's Greta McGinnis. And Ware and Tucker battling for the ground ball. Nice job by Giselle Ware to corral that one. She's able to work it back up top to Ubernoski. And the Hawks will set up the offense once again. And looking to feed inside was McCullough. Unable to connect, but it goes right into the waiting stick of Ware. Tries the flip to Arujo and unable to connect. And that time, it's Jordan Kennedy forcing the turnover. Works it up to Caroline Daziel. Oh, Daziel, for a second there, had Emily Couture unable to connect on that pass. And looking inside, oh, a nice play there defensively by the goalkeeper, Victoria Karcher. And the Saints able to force a turnover there. So they had Caroline Daziel right in front of the net. Karcher able to force that turnover, but gives possession right back to the Saints. And they will simply work on possessing it, moving the ball around. Couture on the near side behind the cage, works it on up to Allie Miller. Miller flips it to Graziano. Graziano already having a big game, 2 goals on the contest. She spins, unable to get free. This time it's Hartsock down the alley, works it behind the cage to Taylor Gendrick. Taylor, ooh, a nice dodge there. She's weaving through. Looks like she hit off the helmet of Karcher, but waiting for it was Couture. Couture pass soars to Barbara Tucker, but Hartsock able to pick it up. And still 50 on the shot clock for the Saints, so in no hurry. Oh, and Hartsock and Miller unable to connect. The ball rattling around, and it's picked up by Bella Graziano right in front of the cage. Are they going to give the goal to her? It looks like they will. Bella Graziano, her 3rd goal of the day. It's a hat trick for Bella Graziano. Have a day, young lady. So they were unable to connect. One of the midfielders there, the ball rattles around, and waiting for it patiently in front of the net was Bella Graziano, able to capitalize on that opportunity. It's now 21-2, Flagler in front. So just over 10:20 to play here in regulation. It's Wolf and McGinnis. The draw goes up. And Giselle Ward, she's done a nice job in this second half on the draws with another draw control herself. Ooh, splits her way past the defense. Giselle Ware, nice save there by Kaylee Baucom. Giselle Ware did a nice job of beating Kaylee Bruss. But a very nice save by Baucom as Ware tried to beat her low. Cassidy Jones working behind the cage, spinning back toward the crease, shoots. Oh, and it looks like it was saved. And they're going to give that goal to Cassidy Jones. So it hit off the legs of Baucom. Looks like she had another body save there, but unfortunately the ball slowly bounces past her into the cage. So it's now a 21-3 Saints lead. Cassidy Jones now up to 17 goals on the year. She leads all scorers for the Hawks. A little shaken up on that one. She'll come off the field. And replacing her is Anna Grace Crane. So not done yet, just under 9 to play. Shorter doing a nice job of not getting discouraged in this one, going up against a tough opponent like Flagler. It's a good opportunity to at least work on things and get better as a whole. So this draw goes right to Crane. She loses it, and McGinnis with one hand picks up the ground ball. Works it down low to Caroline Daziel. And Daziel will just back it out and take it behind the net. This time deferring to Emily Couture. Brown, Barton, and Summer White up top at the midfield. White looking like she wants to dodge. Sweeping right. Has an opportunity. Shoots and scores! Using the pick and sweeping right was Summer White, and she joins the box score as well. Her first goal of the day. And a beautiful move there to get herself enough space, and an even better finish on the ground. Going stick side low. That's been the main story for the Saints. They've scored a few high, but the majority of the damage has been when they bounce the ball on their shots. And so Wolf will check out of the game. Giselle Ware back on the draw for Shorter. It's Kai Schoonmaker and Anna Grace Crane outside the circle for them. For the Saints, it's Gendrick and Delaney Brown. Boy, that's a tongue twister. The officials get them set. Just under 7 to play. It goes up, and waiting for it was Schoonmaker. She'll spin and work it past midfield. Ooh, almost stolen there by Couture, but setting up the offense are the Hawks. This time it's Arujo working, very well defended by Jordan Kennedy, forces an errant pass, but Anna Grace Crane able to pick up the ground ball. Spinning, defended nicely by Delaney Brown. She shoots wide of the cage, but possession will remain with the Hawks. Working it up. Oh, and running downhill. They're going to call a foul there. Looks like she ran into a Saints defender, but they will call that one on Paige Glick. So an 8-meter opportunity for the Saints. time it's Maggie Wallace, shoots it low. And it's saved. Baucom, it ended up in her helmet. She reacted strangely, started reaching up toward the neck area and pulled the ball out. So another nice save by Baucom. She's shown a lot here in her limited action, already a few saves. Here's Couture on the clear. Ball in her left hand. And a nice running pass. Able to get it up to Bella Graziano. And the Saints go back on offense. So it's Jendrick behind the cage. She works it back up top. It's Brown and Summer White playing a little two-man game. And now the flip to Barton. Barton sweeping left. Flips it to White. White has some space. She shoots. Nice save there by Karcher. The ball going right into her stick. And she was able to stand tall there. So the Hawks will go on the clear. This time it's Emma Reed backing up, and she will defer to Vaught. Vaught back to Reed. And a very nice check there that time. Oh, they're going to get a foul call. I wonder if they're going to get Couture or Daziel. Yeah, so they're going to say it was a turnover, but immediately Barton's pass goes wide. And that time, Kai Schoonmaker able to take it past midfield and works it over the restraining line. So a man-down possession for the Hawks, defended very nicely there by Sadie Davis, able to force a ground ball. The ball rattles around, and able to pick up the ground ball is Julia Jacoby. Kaylin Figueres works it across the field to Shaylee McGimsey. McGimsey taking it herself on the clear. Oh, and the pass just wide to the right of Emily Couture. So it goes out of bounds at the end line. And the penalty for Shorter has released. So we're back to even strength as the Hawks will attempt to clear. Coming into the quarter, they were 6 for 8 on clears, had a couple successful ones and a few unsuccessful in this one. And another foul here. This time they're going to get Couture. And Flagler once again will go on the man down. And it's been a real team effort for Flagler today. Can't say enough good things about the entire team. How about Julia Jacoby forcing that ground ball? Haven't said her name much this year, but her, like a lot of the Saints, making the most of her opportunities. And that time, Ariel Grimwade able to weave her way into the restraining area. Fires it inside, unable to connect there. And Jen Seabach picks up the ground ball. And she will defer to Molly Sloan. Molly Sloan on the clear. Taking it herself. Works it up to Caroline Daziel. And now Daziel gets it on down to Taylor Jendrick. So just about 2:40 remaining in the game, under 20 remaining on the penalty. Once again, the score 22-3. Flagler got out in front early and did not let up. Oh, and that looks like it may have been a check to the head. They're going to say just a regular foul. It's going to go against Giselle Ware for the Hawks. The penalty releases, so Emily Couture will come back into the game. And at this point in the game, Flagler just going to be focused on possessing it as we're under 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Barbara Tucker with a lot of space. She dodges left. Tucker shoots just over the net. But possession remains with the Saints. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jendrick looking for Cutter. She has Hartsock. Hartsock shoots and scores. Buries it past Karcher off the assist from Taylor Jendrick. And Maddie Hartsock with another goal today. Hey, she has a hat trick as well. Shout out to her and Bella Graziano. And the Saints lead is up to 20, and that should just be about all she wrote for the Shorter Hawks. It's now 23-3. So we'll likely get one more draw if Flagler wins it. Probably just going to run out the clock. If Shorter wins it, maybe an opportunity for a goal. Oh, and a late substitution. We have Caroline Blaha, the senior on senior day, with her first draw of the day. With 45 seconds remaining, we should have time for her to get this one in. Blaha, the senior from Outer Banks, North Carolina. And she wins the draw. The sideline erupts for the Saints in support of Caroline Blaha. She works it up to Emily Couture, and the Saints will now just work on possessing it. Blaha works it on out to Tucker. And I think they may want to get Caroline Blaha a goal here. 10 seconds on the clock. And Couture will run it out. And the Saints got one last shot off. They're going to say it was a good goal. She got it off in time. So Allie Miller at the buzzer makes it 24-3. And the Saints finish this one with a dominant performance to kick off Gulf South Conference play. A much-needed response to yesterday's loss. So the Saints, their record now 11-2 on the year, now 1-0 in conference play. As we know, that's ever so important. For Shorter, they fall to 2-7 on the season. So a tough season for Shorter, but Flagler just too dominant in this one. So hey, thanks for joining us, folks. Hope everyone at home enjoyed this contest. Once again, the Saints picked up their 11th victory of the year by a score of 24-3. For all of us here at Flagler